Almost anyone in the world could tell you that this is a map of the United States of America. Now, if we actually wanted to draw this map to scale, a few things would change. Most notably, Alaska would be way bigger. But most of the time, we keep it smaller so we can see everything on one page pretty easily, and it's a fairly useful map. Geographically, it shows you where everything is, where states are in relationship to each other. But for other types of information, this map can be misleading. Take population, for instance. Some states have a huge population, while others are much smaller. If we resized every state according to the number of people in it, the United States would look much different. Looking at a normal map, we don't realize how few people live in some of our states that are really large. This is one of the reasons that western states have some of the best national parks in the country. There are less people there to spoil the view. And on the eastern side, we don't realize just how many people live in some of our smallest states. This is also why election maps can be misleading. Look at this map. Based on the amount of red and blue, who do you think would have won this election? What about now? When we think about elections, it's way more about the people voting and not the land. But in the United States elections, it is about the people and it's also about the land. The U.S. presidential election winner is decided by 538 Electoral College votes. So if we take two example states, each state will always start out with 2 votes. After that, remaining votes are distributed according to a state's population. The less people, the fewer votes. The more people, more votes. And there is one area, Washington, D.C., which is not a state, but it does get votes because it has so many people in it. Its limitation, however, is that it can only have as many votes as the fewest state. That means, for most elections, Washington, D.C. is only going to have 3 votes. So, how should we draw an election map? How do we show the votes for each state? Most election maps on Tuesday night will look like this. Just a regular U.S. map, and they will color it in as different states go to different candidates. But that doesn't tell you how many votes each state gets. A resized map might be more descriptive, but it's hard to understand at a glance, and even with this map, you'd have to also adjust for the extra 2 votes that each state gets. So, here's my solution, and I think it's alright. We take a normal US map, but we add the Electoral College votes on top. You can see here what each state is worth, how many electoral votes it has, but they're all close to where the state is on a regular US map. I like this a lot. I think we should use it more often because I think it gives us a better sense of how many votes each candidate is getting throughout the night. And if you would like a free printable version of this map where you could color it in yourself, check out the link on my description. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for hanging out.